Hello and welcome to part two of ranking every single NBA player with A last names for now. I'm your host, Andrew Martin, and I'm back at it again. So I say we should just get right into it. Number 158, we have Keith Appling. He played 5 games for the Magic, and to say the least, his play may have been slightly appalling. That was terrible. Please cut that joke. Number 157, John Arthurs of the Milwaukee Bucks. There's not much you can say, but he did help the Bucks get Kareem, so I guess there is a bright side to everything. At number 156, we have Bob Allen. He didn't play, and he isn't as cool as anyone else named Allen later on the list, especially one notable player. If you know, you know. At number 155, we have Daryl Lums. Again, didn't really do anything, but it's what you expect with players around this tier. At number 154, we have Joel Ayayi. He played for the Wizards. He's from France, and his name reminds me of Jay Ajayi because I don't know. I'm also partly football brained. Speaking of football brained, at number 153, we have Otis Allison, who he averaged 1 point per 9 minutes played in one season. Irrelevant. I immediately think of OJ Anderson when I hear that name, though, so that is what his impact is on my life. At 152, we have Alexander. Cliff Alexander is his name. He played 8 whole games. He averaged 4.5 minutes in said games. This is why he is in this tier. At number 151, we have Willie Allen. He played in the ABA, and he played for a team known as the Floridians. They don't even have a location in their name, so at least you can't make fun of anyone who just has a state. So Utah Jazz, you're safe for this one, because you're at least not the Floridians. At number 150, we have Raul Atkins. He's listed as current on Basketball Reference, but he hasn't played in 5 years, and he only has 10 games to show for his games. But he did start a game. Granted, it was for the Bulls under Jim Boylan, so I mean, it doesn't really mean much. At number 149, we have Stacey Arsenault. He played 7 games and is probably most known for having as many name changes as he does seasons in the NBA. At number 148, we have Wally Anderzunas of the Cincinnati Royals. I wanted him to have some good stats because of his name, but he only played 1 season. He also probably didn't help that Oscar Robertson would later request a trade. He was probably one of the reasons. At number 147, we have Eric Anderson. He was a professional bench rider for the good Knicks teams in the 90s. At 146, we have Jamel Artis of the Orlando Magic. He somehow started 1 game in his career despite only playing 15 career games. So, yeah, at least he got a start, even if it was just on the 2018 Magic. At number 145, we have Kyle Alexander. He played 2 games on a team that went to the finals in the bubble of the Heat. But, I mean, even 2 games for that team. Even they couldn't fix him. At number 144, we have James Augustine. He played 2 seasons, and he averaged under 2 points per game. How he stayed in the league for that extra year, I don't know. He might have been good in the locker room. That's something. At number 143, we have Timmy Allen. He hasn't retired yet, but he has shot 0% from 3 in his career. He played in 2024 and shot 0% from 3. That's not a good sign. At 142, we have Chuck Alexinas. He played 1 season and averaged 5 points a game for the Warriors in 1985. And if there's anything you know about that era of Golden State, they were not good. At number 141, we have Michael Anderson. In the NBA, he averaged 5 points a game, but he went to George Washington Carver School of Engineering in high school. So, I mean, that's cool. I know who George Washington Carver is, so clearly it must have been a decent school. At 140, we have Furkan Aldemir. Normally, I wouldn't put someone who started games this low on the list. However, the team he started games for was the 2015 Sixers, and if there's anything you know about that team is they were intentionally trying to lose, so they thought he would do a good job at that. At 139, we have Ike Anibogu. I had to make sure I pronounced his name right. He could have moved up a tier. He had a very solid rookie year, and then he averaged 0 in his second season, so he got put down here. And finally, of the 0 tier, the best of the players who I didn't think made much of any impact. At number 138, we have Devon Purcell. Is he number 1 purely because of his name? Yes. The NBA wasn't ready for him. If they had just given him the chance, he would have stood right next to Shea as the champion, he would have won Finals MVP too. But unfortunately, he wasn't given a shot. But anyways, yeah, that's part 2 of ranking every NBA player ever. I hope you guys enjoyed my commentary. I've been trying to make it a little bit more lively than last time. But yeah, for my hint for the next player. So here's the hint. He played for the Toronto Raptors for 2 seasons. He played in 2011 and 2012. And let's just say he at least has a pretty solid alibi for why he didn't play better. Anyways, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, anything like that. Join the journey. See how far we can get in ranking all these players. I'm Andrew Martin, and thank you for watching.